What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing 9 Lives Are a Myth, which is beat the par score on New Alexandria. So start up this mission. You can do this on any difficulty. I am on normal, though, which is what I recommend. I have some skulls on, which I'll talk about in a second. But to the left here to start the mission, there's a green logo on a building. That is the Sonoviet Center. The orange building over here, the orange paneling at the top of the building in the distance, that is the Virant Telecom Tower. And to the right, there's a building with a blue logo at the top. That is obscured by smoke to start off because there's a building that's collapsing. But that is the hospital, and you'll get one of those 3 buildings as your main objective to start off. Those are the 3 main objectives, but the order that they occur in is totally random. It looks like we are selected to go tackle the hospital first here. So we're going to go over here, and the 5 skulls I have on are Catch, Famine, Fog, Thunderstorm, and Tough Luck. So throw those on if you would like to get some more points out of this, although we might not need it with the strategies we're going to use here. So we're going to land our Falcon and then just run right through the doorway. We're going to skip most of the enemies right off the bat, so go through the doors, sprint and jump down here, turn to the left, and then we'll go over here and jump down here, turn to the left, and then we'll turn to the right and jump down here and throw a couple frags. Unfortunately, my second frag did nothing and almost cost us because there's a suicide grunt who almost killed me right there, but he would have been taken out by that second grenade had it not bounced on the stairs and basically bounced straight up and did nothing. But we did survive, and we are down here now. We want to grab a needler so we could take out this engineer real quick. So we poked our head back in there to take him out. And then we want to focus on finding a needler rifle, which may or may not be in this area. The brute actually carries it, but he sent it somewhere. I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to start in on these other brutes in this section with the needler. The needler's very good at taking out the brutes because they don't have armor, so they just kind of embed themselves in the brutes, and then they super combine and explode. And the same thing goes for the needle rifle, which is why I want to pick up that weapon, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to make do with what we have. You want to check back here because sometimes jackals like to pour through this doorway. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. So it looks like I'll just back up and take these guys out so I don't have to keep checking. So we'll take these guys out quickly, and then we'll start moving forward here. So we have a DMR with not that much ammo, but we could close the gap and grab some more. So we want to take these guys out with DMR from afar, and that rhymes. And we're going to pop these guys in the head to get their helmet to pop off, and then we could just finish them off with a headshot. And we could always run up to the right side if we want to grab more ammo, because there is more ammo up there on the right side. There's also the ability to use the plasma pistol. It's actually pretty effective against these brutes. They don't have that much health because we are on normal. So you could really just use the plasma pistol as a regular weapon. And even though it doesn't really look like it's doing anything, it actually is pretty effective. So use plasma nades as you see fit. You can see I stuck that guy right there and got a double kill. And there should be a bunch of plasma grenades lying around because Catch is on, and that makes enemies drop more grenades on top of throwing more grenades. So it's actually kind of beneficial. So we're going to grab more DMR ammo in the corner right there, and we're going to turn our attention to the engineer and take him out so he does not provide shielding to the other enemies. We're going to head down here, see if there's any more brutes, which there are. We're going to take these guys out with a headshot, and there we go. One more left. There's also a plasma rifle here with full ammo, so we're going to use this in a little bit. So we're going to take out this last brute. You can run up and close the gap if there's only one brute remaining because he probably won't be able to take you out by the time you smack him to death. And there's one DMR here with ammo, and there's another back in the corner here by this fern or whatever. It's not a fern, but whatever type of plant that is. Activate the jammer, and then we're going to head back the way we came on the left side here where we picked up the plasma rifle and also grabbed that DMR ammo. So we're going to head up here, and we're going to have a good vantage point to take out these elites that are coming at us. And we want to use the plasma rifle to take down their shields, and then we can finish them off with the DMR here. So you can see we could kind of pepper them with the plasma rifle as they land. They like to jump around with their jetpacks, but they don't really do much. They can't shoot at all, actually, when they're in the air, so that's something to take note of. So you could close the gap easily on one of them if there's only one left, and he's in the air, just kind of run up to him. There's no way he's going to be able to shoot you or do anything while he's in the air. And then by the time he lands, his shield will pop probably, and you could just finish him off with a DMR. So just take care of those guys as quickly as you can. Time is a factor in this, unfortunately. It's weird that par time affects par score. It seems like they should be disconnected, but they are connected. So if you finish within par time, you get a max time multiplier of 3. So once you go over the par time, you will find that you are losing points. So for this section, we kill the skirmishers first with headshots from the DMR, and then with that elite, you could actually just run right up to him once you have a full shield, and he'll punch you, but while he's punching you, you could wrap around behind him and just assassinate him real quick. So easily enough, we could take him out that way. And then we'll just head back up the way we came, using the stairs and the ramps this time instead of just, jumping straight down like we did. But we'll come over here, and there's going to be our Falcon waiting for us. We'll hop back in, and we will get one of the 12 possible side objectives at this point. You're going to get 2 side objectives throughout this mission in between the 3 main objectives, and those 2 side objectives are totally random, picked from a group of 12. So you never know what you're going to get, and you never know where you're going to have to end up flying to with your Falcon. So just kind of fly around, just wait for the objective to come over the radio. And I noticed that this Phantom is flying up to a building nearby, and what this is telling me is that the next objective is going to be the Jackals on the rooftop right here, because I just happen to know where all 12 objectives is because I play this game way too much. But I know that one of the possible objectives is Jackals on this rooftop right here, right by the hospital. So it just happened to be this objective, just randomly it was assigned to us. So it was kind of lucky, kind of fortuitous that we were right here. I was trying to kill the Phantom before it dropped off the Jackal, so we wouldn't even have to deal with them. But I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure. But we know we could at least take out the Phantom after the Jackals are deployed, because that's what we just did here. And then we took out the Jackals easily enough with our Falcon chain gun on the front here. So once you take out the Jackals on the rooftop here, but a Pelican will come in and evac all of the friendlies up on top of the roof there. You could actually speed this up a little bit by killing the friendlies instead of killing the Covenant, whatever it may be, because at that point the game will be like, oh, well, I guess they're dead. We'll move on to the next objective. And then you won't have to wait for the Pelican to come in and evac those guys before you get assigned your next mission or objective. So that would definitely help out with the part-time, though you would lose points for killing friendlies, so you probably don't want to do that for this particular run-through, because we're going for par score. We're not going for just a speed run or anything like that. So we're going to move over here. We'll wait for the evac to occur. And I'm going to the Vibrant Telecom Tower early, just in case this is what's activated. And also so I could kill these fuel rod turrets, because these guys are already here. So we have to take these guys out eventually sometime, so we might as well just do that while we're waiting for the next objective to load. So we took those guys out easily enough. Now we're just waiting. If this objective actually activates, the enemies will pour through that door, so I could kind of fixate my reticle right there in case this is assigned. And it looks like that is what occurred here, so luckily enough, we're able to get the jump on all these guys, so they don't have the opportunity to scatter all out around the platform here and be tougher to kill. We could easily just lay into them with our Falcon here. And there's a couple that survived, but that's all right. We'll take those guys out quickly enough, and then we'll get through the door. It doesn't open right away if you're this quick to the door, so you got to wait for some dialogue, and then it'll open. And we'll run down here to the right, and we're going to hug the left side of this staircase. We'll stick this guy first. Why not? Get some more points real quick. But the second stairway, as we come up to this hunter, we want to run to the right of the staircase so we can avoid any melees from that hunter. Run to the right of the pillar and activate the comm jammer, jump down, and we're going to grab the rockets off the floor here in the middle of the room. We're going to aim at the hunter that we started in on with those plasma grenades, and we'll be able to get some points from that guy. Not 100% necessary, and you could spend more time in this room killing hunters. They are a good deal of points, but we really don't need to do that. We really don't need to get any points with the strategy we're going to use at the end of this mission. We're going to farm a lot of points at the end, so I'll show you that. The par score is 22,500 for this mission, and we're almost at that point already without the big exploit at the end of this mission. So we're just going to fly away and just wait for the second of 2 side objectives to be assigned to us. So we're just going to hang out in the skyline here and kill any Banshees that come by, because we have time right now to rack up some points by just killing random Banshees. They do tend to fly towards you, and they are infinite in their supply. So just, don't just stand there. Just rack up some points. That's what we're here for. So we're just waiting again. I'm just looking around the map, seeing if there's any signs of what the next objective will be, like there was with that previous Phantom that was flying up the building. But unfortunately, I'm going to be assigned a buck mission, and there are 3 potential buck side missions, and they're all escort the Falcon from point A to point B, or C to D, or E to F, because the 3 starting locations are different and the 3 ending locations are different. So I'm going to get one of those assigned to me here. Unfortunately, though, it's actually the easier of the 3 to complete, the fastest of the 3 to complete. So it won't take too much time off our par time as the other 2 would. So we're going to fly over here. It's actually right behind the building we were in for the hunters we just bypassed and activated the comm jammer. Behind the Vibrant Telecom Tower where Club Herrera is, you could see him flying around the building behind here. So we're going to go over here to activate the side mission. He'll start flying where he wants to go, and we could actually fly ahead of him. The other 2, we actually have to stay nearby and get him to, the location that he's trying to go to. But this one, we could actually just leave and go to the location he's going to want to end up in and take out the Phantom at the end. So this mission, you want to basically escort him somewhere and take out the Phantom so he could continue on doing whatever bucks do when you're not around. But for this one, we were fortunate enough where we don't have to, get him to go where he wants to go. The other 2, like I mentioned, you just have to stay close to him, and he saunters around. He doesn't like to move very quickly at all, so you have to stay close to him or he'll just stop moving forward. This time, we're just going to fly ahead And to the left of this big circular building on the right, there's going to be this smaller building on the left. And we'll be able to fight this Falcon who has already spawned in, and we'll take him out. Phantoms are easy enough to kill because they don't really have any guns that could shoot up, so as long as you're higher than them, they can't really shoot at you. So get higher than the Phantom, and we'll be able to take them out. But again, this building is easily gotten to, easily navigated to by going to the front of the Virant Telecom Tower, and then you'll be able to see that big circular building. There's like a big hollowed out section of that building. And then to the left of that, there is a small short building, which is where that Phantom spawns. So that's where we went before Buck even got anywhere close to it and took it out, and then the mission completes without Buck even arriving. But now that we've completed the 2 side missions and the other 2 main objectives, we know that this building, the Synovia building, is the final one, and there's a nice glowing helipad on the other side that we were just at, which is where you were intended to arrive at and enter the building through. But we're actually going to come into the backside, and you can see we kind of squeezed our way up through the backside corner. There's like a skeletal ribcage-like structure in the back here. You could actually go up in the corner and avoid having to fight any of those guys. But you might want to take out those guys anyway because we are here for points, and you do have the Falcon, so it's easy enough to take those guys out. And you can see this door doesn't even open up for a while anyway because we got here so quick. So you might as well take those guys out. And then we'll go in here, activate the switch on the back of the elevator, go up, and we'll find ourselves in the remake of Ivory Tower, the Halo Reach multiplayer map Reflection. So head in here. Don't shoot this rocket or anything. I just tried to shoot one of the buggers that kind of fly up mysteriously and ominously. You can see them right as you kind of turn some corners. There's some buggers that are just out of sight. So activate the switch here, and then we'll sprint back to the elevator from which we came. You could shoot this guy if you would like with a headshot. He's always scripted to come out of the top of the wall over there and then kind of jump down. And I'm just laying into these guys. You don't need to do this, but you might as well get some extra points and see what we could do there on the scoreboard. Activate the switch, and we'll descend down to the Falcon, and we will go to the final objective, which is always the Olympic Tower, where there's going to be 6 shade turrets surrounding the tower, and we have to take out all 6 of the shade turrets. And once that happens, there will be a landing pad that deploys or kind of extends from the top of the tower, and we could land there, and it will activate the cutscene, and it'll be the end of the mission. So we're going to go over here now, and you're going to find that there's going to be a nav point for the tower, but if you know where it is right off the bat, you could go over here, and it's the tallest building in the city. It's in the middle, and you want to look at the bottom of the area, and you can see these Phantoms are coming up from below, and these Phantoms are what is going to be deploying the 6 shade turrets to the tops of these shorter buildings surrounding the Olympic Tower. So that's why I'm attacking this guy right now. I'm trying to take the turrets out before they're even deployed. So we're laying into this Phantom. You can see it just blew up, so now I don't have to worry about 2 of the turrets. Only 4 will remain, and those 4 are being deployed right now by other Phantoms. So there's 3 Phantoms in the area deploying the 6 turrets, and we want to take out all of the Phantoms ultimately because there are a lot of points, and we're here for points like I mentioned. So we'll just lay into this second turret right here. We're not even really paying attention to the turret. I meant to say Phantom. Take out this second Phantom, and then we're not really even paying attention to the other turrets right now. So we'll take that guy out. You can see that was worth over 1,700 points, and when you multiply that by the 3 times time multiplier, that is over 5,000 points, so that's pretty considerable. So definitely attack those Phantoms and get the most out of them, and we'll be able to attack these turrets as we come by them, and we're going to leave 1 alive so we could just kind of farm a bunch of points at the end here. This is what I was talking about. We're going to take out all of the Phantoms, and we're going to take out all of the Banshees, and we can't take out all the Banshees because they just come at you. There's an infinite supply, like I mentioned earlier in the video. But we could take out as many as we can before the time hits 20 minutes because the part time is 20 minutes. Once we go over that, we start losing time or we start losing points from the time multiplier. So we're going to find the 3rd Phantom over here. We're going to take this guy out. I'm getting shot at by some Banshees and such, so I'm going to turn my attention to those guys eventually because I'm getting a little bit lit up. Not too much, though. We're not taking too much damage because we're on normal, but I just felt like I should take these guys out first. And unfortunately, my gunners take out the Phantom, and I don't get any points for it. So focus on the Phantom, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Moral of the story. And I just kind of gave up 5,000 points right there. But again, we're well over the point threshold right now for par score. We got 22,500 to hit, and we're at over 55,000 right now. So I'm going to skip ahead. I'm just going to farm Banshee kills at this point and leave 1 turret alive. And now at this point, I'm going to take out the final turret. We skipped ahead like 5 minutes. We're almost at the 20-minute mark. And I'm just taking out Banshees as they come in. And that's all I did was just do that. And you can see I'm almost at 100,000 points now at this point, just kind of farming Banshees at the end here. And so you'll get well over the par score threshold just by doing this. Even if you didn't get any points leading up to the end of the mission here, you could really get all of them here at the end. And you can see here I came in 5 seconds under par time, so we get the max time multiplier of 3, and our score was 92,541, which is over 70,000 more than we needed. But since we got so many points with this strategy, you could actually take off all the skulls if you would like. You'd lose the multiplier of 1.92, but our score would still be around 45,000, which is double the par score. So that's it for this one. I'll see you guys next time when we tackle the par score on the package. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You could also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you could find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.